to give energy potency, to give energy direction, and to give energy access. These are the 3 goals of Kriya Yoga. To give energy potency, meaning there's energy, but you want to make it potent. For example, normal light is everywhere, but a laser light is when those photons go in one direction, and the more directed they are, the more powerful that beam becomes, to the point that it can actually start to affect matter. What tapasya does is it takes your energy and it puts it into one dedicated area so that it's powerful. How? What is tapasya? For my goal, I will face any preferential or non-preferential circumstance, but I will not waver from my goal. Whether it's hot and cold that I have to bear, whether it's praise and dishonor, maybe from my own parents, maybe from my colleagues and my friends, I will bear them. Maybe sometimes my guru's really happy with me and sometimes my guru is not happy with me, but I will bear. And mostly tapasya is about moving on quickly from life's circumstances. I'll give you an example. Typically in the world, people make a mountain out of a molehill. A sadhak's job is to take the mountain and make it into a molehill. In the world, you'll hear, guys, I got this sweater off for 25%. You guys couldn't find such a good deal, could you? This is a very, common topic among ladies. Guys, I got this on sale. I got this for sale. Isn't it amazing? I'm the best. You didn't get it on sale. You paid full price for this. Da 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 da. Or maybe there's something guys talk about, I don't know. Such a little thing, useless thing, but you talk about it as if you accomplished something. In fact, you look for small little stories that you can tell your friends, that you can share with your colleagues so you seem more interesting. You take molehills and you make mountains out of them. But here's what a sadhak does. Someone comes to a sadhak and says something so mean. Someone close to them says something like, there's no way that you're going to get enlightened. You? No. And you're following a guru? Are you stupid? Mountainous situation. But here's what a sadhak does. He says, or she says, whatever. That person spoke according to their nature. Maybe they're frustrated, maybe they don't like what I'm doing, maybe they're not happy with their life. But I'm an individual, and I'm too determined to quit. Their nature, they spoke, now I'm going to act in my nature. My nature is that I'm too determined to quit. And no statement is going to waver me. So then the sadhak decides, do I give more energy to the situation? Do I get angry at them? Do I start to feel bad? Do I take on an inferiority complex? Do I start to doubt my situation? And the sadhak says, that's going to take way too much energy. I have 3 hours of tapasya I still have to do today. Then I have to go to Brahma Vidya class still. And then I have to start preparing for the yoga camp that's coming up. And I have to work. And I have to eat well. I have to sleep well. Way too much energy. I can't. Sorry, there's no diversion here. So he says, he moves on. Takes a mountainous situation and makes it into a molehill. Why? Because I don't have the energy to put into this. I'm very careful where I spend my energy. And this stuff is going to happen all the time. Does that mean that now I'm going to have... You're going to come across mountainous obstacles, but these are tiny ones. Why am I going to spend so much time here? I'm going to have difficulties. Here's a mountainous obstacle in sadhana, not being able to get into awareness. Going into sadhana and tandra comes. It's been a week. I keep sitting 15 minutes in, 20 minutes in, and I go into Tandra. How do I stop sleeping in my meditation? Why do I go into this fuzzy state? I want it to be clear. That's a mountainous problem that's going to use a lot of your energy to fix. But someone makes a statement, that's a tiny little thing. Move that pebble aside and move on. That's how a sadhak functions. That's tapasya. For the normal human being, if someone says something that mean to them, they take that and they blast it. But for a sadhak, they take something that is blast worthy and they say, no, I have to move on. That's called tapasya. What are you doing? You're giving your energy potency. You're channeling it in one direction. That's number one. Number two, now you're giving it potency. You have all of this extra energy. Now what are you going to do with this energy? That is number two, swadhyay. You have a lot of energy left over. Now you have to give it direction. The direction is now you have to study who you really are. Contemplate. Sometimes just washing the dishes, because your mind is naturally still, you start asking, who am I really? Forget about who I am. What am I actually? Because who implies that maybe you're just another type of human being or another species. But what am I actually? Am I even who worthy? Is there actually a who in here? Or is there like a completely unknown what the heck is it? Or you ask, where did I come from? Why am I here actually? All of these things come into swadhyay. Mantra sadhana, when you're doing nam jap, or you're doing om sadhana, pranav sadhana, you're doing contemplation, you're moving inwards through that mantra. And then the greatest swadhyay, your best friends are the adhyatmic granths. But they have to be learnt through the guru, otherwise they will increase your ego. When a true guru teaches you divine texts, what you're actually consolidating is this problem of God and you, this problem of world and you. Why does it feel like they're two different things? Am I an individual, or do I have a cosmic presence as well? And when I'm not my body and when I'm not my mind, what circumference am I? All of these things are being consolidated, being figured out, being fixed, being straightened and smoothened in an adhyatam granth. So what does swadhyay do? It gives direction to your energy. The direction is inward. Now number 3. These two you'll have to make effort for. Number 3 is to give your energy access. What does that mean? Ishwar Pranidhan means to surrender to the Guru and let go to the universe. Why? Because as you're cultivating energy and making it potent, and as you're using that energy to figure out who you are, how you are currently is the biggest blockage. You're doing everything right. Your energy is becoming potent and it has the right direction. You're just not giving it enough access to go all the way in because you're standing there. I did this much stuff, I should get this. I did this, I should get this. I've been with my guru for this long, why hasn't this happened? They promised this didn't happen. You're in the way. So the energy is just, it's potent, it's rightly directed, and it's just stuck. To let go and surrender to God means to give access to the energy. Your presence is a hindrance to the full realization of your inner being, because your particular presence keeps making Brahm seem like they're bound. You're Brahm, right? All of Swadhyay is saying, Aham Brahmasmi, I am God. Or how am I God? I'm not the body and mind. But then, your particular presence, your hut, your stubbornness is just saying, or is just making Brahm appear like they're bound via an illusion. Not really bound, but through this illusion. So what is Ishwar Pranidhan? You let go. Now think about it. Patanjali is saying this, and Patanjali is someone who, you know how in Gurmat philosophy they say that you take 99, you take one step and God takes 99. Patanjali is of the philosophy that says you take 99 and God takes one. He is very heavily effort driven. And he is saying Ishwar Pranidhan 4 times in his Yoga Sutras. Because even he understands that you need to give the energy access. You're in the way. I'll give you another example. When you eat food, do you tell the individual particles, okay, now I really need you to break up into this, and I need you to break up into this, and I need you to go to the portal through this vein and that vein, go through the liver, that. Or according to Ayurveda, when plasma turns into blood and blood turns into muscle, are you there interfering with the process, or do you completely let go and life takes care of it? Life's taking care of it. You're not interfering with the process. That's why it's working. Just like that, all of this energy that you're cultivating and you're moving it inward wants to get you enlightened. So don't interfere. Don't put a how on it. Don't put a when on it. Don't put a what on it. Don't put a how much on it. Just leave it. So what exactly are we letting go of in Ishwar Pranidhan? The results of the first 2. The result of your tapasya, the result of your swadhyay, let it go. When it's going to happen, what's going to happen, how much is going to happen, how is it going to happen, throw that out the window. And one thing I would really, really recommend to everyone here, Avneet, I'll try to answer your question at the end, so just give me another message so I remember, okay? Ardas. Every single person, every day, maybe multiple times a day, should be doing prarthana, should be doing ardas. And I'm not talking about, it doesn't have to be the Tum Thakur, Tum Pehe Ardas. Just close your eyes and something comes from the heart and you say it. Within yourself, you don't have to vocalize it, but inside something is said. First, in prarthana, when you close your eyes, you acknowledge that there's an unseen, unknown presence around you, but it is completely embracing you. Number 2, you thank it. Always thank life. Always, if you don't want to call it God because it's a loaded term, you don't relate, that's fine. If you want to call it God and Ishwar, that's fine. But life, to thank it. I'm here. I could have not existed, but I exist. Everything that's happened to me today, maybe something great had happened with your grace, with life's grace. So number 2, thank it. And number 3, just spend a minute drowning in it. Make this prarthana part of something every day. And if you want to add something to it, maybe you want to ask God, how are you doing today? I had a wonderful day. Are you having a wonderful day? Or maybe you don't talk like that anymore. You just feel each other. Whatever it is, you must do prarthana.